LEGO has had several iconic characters over the years. The 90s and 2000s introduced some of the greats like Johnny Thunder, Dash Justice, and who could ever forget Max from the LEGO Club? But my god, he's unrecognizable now.
Look how they massacred my boy.
2001 introduced the first LEGO theme to be named after the main character. That character was Jack Stone.
Abracadabra, my bitch way better, my wrist out the motherfucker better. Fish parquet, I snook on the face, green diamonds, I fucked up my bladder. Motherfucker trend, I been with my kids in the spot, cause family matter. Everything else you speaking about, might get your ass whooped like a pedal. Yeah, big scale, no scale, weigh it up. I spent 20 mil on the crib, pay it up. Whoa, this that go shit.
Now at first glance, many in the LEGO community view Jack Stone as a meme and the epitome of LEGO at its worst, but I see a very different story. He was the big fig before the big fig. But to truly understand Jack Stone, we have to go back to the very beginning. Preceding the LEGO minifigure from 1978, the Homemaker theme began including buildable figures, now dubbed the Homemaker figure. With the exception of their arms and head, they are completely brick-built. They're also allowed for customization with hair and hats being interchangeable, much like the regular minifig. The Homemaker figure was eventually phased out by 1982, as they evolved into something even better. Introduced in 1986 were the very first large-scale figures from LEGO. They were created specifically for the Technic sub-theme Arctic Action. Featuring several joints, the figures are superposable, with bendable elbow and knee joints, which allowed for tons of new ways for kids to play with them. In 1993, LEGO even released a set with just 3 Technic figures, fittingly called the LEGO Technic Guys. As the Technic figures evolved with more intricate prints and molds with the CyberSlam sub-theme, they were sadly phased out just as they began to improve.
Who wants her secret?
You don't have one of those, do you?
The sets had such a unique color scheme and clever builds, allowing for tons of new fun ways to play. Released concurrently with the Technic figures was the Belleville theme, which also had their own figures. Wildly, they were the first LEGO figures to use the flesh skin tone, predating its use on the standard minifig by 9 years. But in 2001, the world of toys changed forever. Duplo sets were meant for toddlers, but too babyish for young kids, while regular LEGO sets were seen as too complicated for young kids. So what was LEGO's answer to bridge the gap? Sets using traditional bricks, but mainly larger pieces, making the sets easier to build. And of course, it wouldn't be right without a minifigure, but this wasn't any regular figure. Evolving from the Technic guys, this was the revolutionary taller minifigure, colloquially referred to as the Junior Fig, or as I like to call them, mini biggers, which, not saying out loud, sounds kind of ridiculous. Reusing the name Creator after the video game, this theme was catered to young kids with easier, less complicated builds for the sets. While Creator is now completely different with an audience more suited to adults, it began as a successor to Town Junior. The line introduced the figures Tina and Max, who were essentially the poster boys for the theme. The sets came with instructions, but also encouraged kids to use their imagination and build whatever they wanted with the surplus bricks, a style of play that would later define the LEGO Creator theme. Creator was also the very first theme-branded advent calendar before being replaced by Clickets in 2004, then City in 2005, which became the go-to. If only the advent calendars were as cheap as they were back then. Gotta love the economy. Max and Tina only appeared in the 2001 and 2002 calendars before they were taken out of the Creator theme as it transitioned into non-minifigure sets for several years. As LEGO featured Max and Tina in many of the Creator sets, they expanded to include 2 new characters, the first being Lee, a ginger who looks like he's up to something, who only appeared in one set, 4176, The Race of the Year, and Jake, a safari-looking dude who happens to have the exact same torso design as Johnny Thunder, the legendary archaeologist and star of the Adventurers theme. Fans have funnily named him Jake Thunder, making him part of the family with the other being Josh Thunder from Dino. Jake first appeared in 4118 Buildings, Mansions, and Vehicles, then again in Creator's most essential set, Building Stories with Nana Bird, which interestingly comes with a VHS tape. The video cassette features a 20-minute brick film, The Big Nana Bird.
Chicken jockey!
Absolute cinema. Max and Tina would appear in many of the 2001 creator sets, but then completely vanished, with the two appearing one last time together in the 2002 advent calendar. Max would surprisingly feature one last time in the 2003 creators set 4023 Fun and Adventures. While Tina would just fade into obscurity, I like to think Max somehow got surgery to become a regular minifig and became the face of the LEGO Club. But a hero rose from the ashes of creator. That man was Jack Stone. While now the cool thing is to dunk on Jack Stone, he stood for something more, something bigger than people can understand. He was the lead of his self-titled theme. LEGO's official description of him read, "Jack Stone is a brave hero who uses his imagination and building skills to save the day. Jack Stone's motto is,
Can do, will do, done."
Because he knows there is always a solution, even for the trickiest troubles. Just like Johnny Sins, Jack Stone has literally worked every occupation humanly possible.
Police, construction, fire rescue, Coast Guard.
And best of all, he's willing to risk everything to keep people safe. But the real question is it to save people, or is he really just a crazy thrill-seeking adrenaline junkie? I mean, this dude was doing Tom Cruise level stunts on the daily.
Can do.
Done. You're a great American. This nation owes you a huge debt.
Now shut the fuck up and let me do my job!
LEGO really put all their eggs in one basket, making Jack Stone the face of the brand at the time, as a way to evolve the toy with their new mini-bigger style. He was meant to be a toy icon for a new generation of kids. The sets were impossible to miss thanks to the bright blue and yellow packaging. Now, one thing I do miss is the fun colors that always popped so much in 2000's graphic design. While the sets were the focus of the theme, LEGO went all out with their marketing, creating products outside of the traditional building sets. Starting that year, the plastic hero came to life, appearing as a mascot at Legoland. Legoland's Windsor Park also began a new attraction called the Jack Stone Stunt Show Police Cadet Challenge. Wow, what a handful. It featured stunt performers doing crazy stunts on the stage, even including an original theme song for the character.
Don't. Please don't.
Jack Stone was truly everywhere, from books, clocks, cloths, 4 of them in fact, to pens, watches,
No paddock on my wrist, yeah.
toothbrushes, keychains, a playmat, and even a movie. Jack Stone was unavoidable. Also, man, those toothbrushes are kinda hilarious.
Michael! Don't leave me here! Michael! Michael! Help me!
The movie, released on VHS, was given exclusively to members of the LEGO Club. Unlike most brick films at the time that were created with stop-motion animation, Jack Stone was animated using CGI. I have a huge soft spot for that style of animation from the 2000s. I grew up with Spider-Man the New Animated Series and Hot Wheels World Race, so I definitely have a lot of nostalgia for it. The 20-minute film was animated by Artworld UK, the same animation studio behind all the cutscenes from many early LEGO games, such as Rock Raiders, Legoland, Creator Harry Potter, and Racers 2. Wildly, the film's music was scored by Rupert Gregson Williams, who's gone on to compose major films like Over the Hedge, Hacksaw Ridge, and Aquaman. The film is essentially just Jack Stone saving the day using his resourcefulness in LEGO City. At one point, to save a burning building, he literally connects a truck to its foundation and drives it all the way to the ocean.
That has to be one of the most unusual ideas.
You know what they say, Bob. If you can't take the water to the fire,
Take the fire to water.
fire to the water, Bob.
And this guy sure knows how to make an entrance, doing not just one, not two, but 5 superhero landings.
Superhero landing! Yeah, that's really hard on your knees.
Superhero landing coming up.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that is so not practical.
What a guy. In every set, Jack Stone is doing everything he can to save the day. But there's one where things just look a little sus. 4608 Bank Breakout totally makes it seem like he's in on the robbery, straight up taking money out of the vault.
But why?
Now, what if Jack Stone purposely infiltrated the police and the entire government just for his own benefits? You know what they say, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
He has no rules, no boundaries. He doesn't flinch at torture, human trafficking, or genocide. He's not loyal to a flag or a country or any set of ideals. He trades blood for money.
But hey, that's just a theory. A Lego theory. Also, that bank robber's fit is just absolutely insane. The red tuxedo and red jeans combo is certainly a look. Like the early creator sets, Jack Stone offered simplified builds for kids with tons of fun play features, but unlike Creator, it only offered instructions for the set, rather than encouraging the use of your imagination. But then again, you technically don't have to follow the instructions for any set, and you can just do whatever you want. That has always been the magic of LEGO, and why it has had the staying power it has. With the exception of just 5 sets, the entire theme mainly focused on vehicles.
That's good. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's... Alright, that's good. Okay. Alright, okay, alright. Okay, that's good. That's good! It's enough slices!
Jack Stone is also known for oddly being the town wave sandwiched between City Center, the last line from the original town theme, before World City, which eventually became LEGO City. Throughout the whole theme, Jack Stone had 10 unique designs, usually paired for whatever dangerous mission he was on, one of which is totally based on Dash Justice from Alpha Team. Of all his outfits, the blue vest over gray sweater is easily the most iconic and recognizable, since it was at the forefront of the marketing. However, my favorite would probably have to be the black sweater with blue vest. The Jack Stone sets introduced other characters as well, accompanied by different co-stars in each set. All of them are weirdly unnamed.
First name will do.
I don't...
It's okay. If you can't answer the question, feel free to say unknown.
The only other named character is Chief Ron Flame, which is pretty fitting. Also, the amount of characters with mustaches in this theme is crazy.
Hello, mustache. What? No, dog. No, this is a Charlie Chaplin mustache.
There's even a few sets that don't include our titular character, with this random pilot dude appearing in 2 sets flying different vehicles. Like Jake Thunder, he too bears strong resemblance to another Adventurers character, Harry Kane. My headcanon is that this is just an older Harry, as the original Adventurers theme was meant to take place in the 20s and 30s. Which would make this like an 80 or 90-year-old Harry Kane. Interestingly, there were only ever 2 female characters in the entire theme.
Because I think you're a sexist, misogynist dinosaur. A relic of the Cold War.
Though initially a huge seller, Jack Stone quickly began to trail behind other themes like Star Wars, Harry Potter, and the newly released Spider-Man sets. After just 2 years, Jack Stone sadly came to a close. To gain a wider demographic for the mini-bigger style, LEGO transitioned Jack Stone into the 4 Juniors theme. This gave the company more freedom to create sets in that style without being restricted to just the Jack Stone brand. As the 4 Juniors theme expanded in 2003, Jack Stone would only make 2 final appearances in the theme's 2 largest sets that year, 4655 Quick Fix Station and 4657 Fire Squad HQ, which also marked Ron Flame's last appearance too. Jack Stone would continue to appear as a mascot, with him being present at the grand opening of the Hamburg LEGO store in 2003, though for some reason the costume's eyebrows were just non-existent.
You put some of the stuffing in the wrong places, so I'm a little fucked up.
While 2003 would be the last time we'd ever see Jack Stone, it was just the beginning of LEGO's 4 Juniors expansion. The following year, LEGO would rebrand the theme as 4+. The city sub-theme would only receive a mere 4 sets. The 2004 molds are actually a bit different. They now have completely different arm proportions, legs, and the detail is a little less like 3D and more just flat. And now their heads are a bit more circular with stubbier noses and wider ears. All of the 2004 figures are actually just characters that have appeared before, but for some reason the printing is removed from their cap. The only new figure was this freak of nature. Dude looks like a vampire.
I'm really excited for the new movie, I exclaimed with excitement. Little did I know, it would be a feature, a creature feature, featuring the creature.
Even then, he's still largely reused from a mold released the previous year, just with slightly different face printing. While the 4+ City line ended on a bit of a dud, LEGO went all out introducing 2 new sub-themes, Pirates making its grand return after a 7-year hiatus, and the first of its kind licensed sub-theme with Spider-Man 2.
I'm ruined. I have nothing left
except Spider-Man.
The Pirates line honestly delivered the best sets out of the entire 4 Juniors era. The iconic Captain Redbeard made his return, transitioning from the minifigure to the mini-bigger, retaining his peg leg but now dressed in bright red. The main plot featured Redbeard and his band of pirates against another faction of pirates led by Captain Crag, who sported a green beard and eyebrows. Featuring a colorful cast of figures, this wave of pirates had some of the best names for its characters. These included Cannonball Jimmy, Drake Dagger, fittingly named but somehow has stubble around his eye. Might want to get that checked out. Harry Hardtack, whose mustache connects to his eyebrows, Jolly Jack Crow, and my personal favorite, Scurvy Dog. You don't get any better than that. I swear, in the 90s and 2000s, LEGO had the best names for their characters. A huge departure from previous Pirates sets, this incarnation featured scimitars as the main sword used by the figures instead of the traditional cutlass. While simplistic compared to older Pirate sets, 4 Plus still offered really unique builds, adorned with tons of great accessories. 7074 Skull Island is personally one of my favorites. While a reimagining of the original Pirates era Skull Island, it offered a new spin for a new generation of young builders. Aside from the sets, LEGO also released tons of merch to boost sales for the theme. This included a sticker set, photo frame, clock set, board game, and even roleplay toys like an eye patch, flag, telescope, and pirate hat. Now you can easily cook up a fashionable fit with all that. Now the Spider-Man 2 sets are a wild outlier. It was the last wave of sets for the entire 4 Juniors line, and they were released alongside the rest of the Spider-Man 2 collection. It marks the one and only time a licensed property was part of the theme. Only 2 sets were produced though. One of the sets, Doc Ock's Cafe Attack, is clearly based on the scene where Dr. Octopus throws a car during Peter and MJ's date, which later leads to him and Spidey's crazy fight sequence. Now the other set, Doc Ock's Crime Spree, totally reminds me of the Iron Man 3 set, The Final Showdown, because we all know that totally happened in the movie. Just like Spider-Man definitely chased Doc Ock in a helicopter because it's totally a more efficient way of getting around town instead of web swinging. In all honesty though, they are really fun sets, and the 4 Juniors figure style of Spidey and Doc Ock are really good translations. While Spidey has more of a navy color scheme compared to his minifigure counterpart, Peter Parker and Octavius are literally just the minifigures scaled up to the 4 Juniors style. 4858 also gave us a flesh variant of the Motor Cop introduced in Jack Stone, which is pretty cool.
Get out.
Oh boy, yeah. While only lasting 2 years, Jack Stone has stood the test of time. Even if it's not always positive, he's certainly left an impact as people continue to talk about the fabled character to this day. His legacy lived on beyond the 4 Juniors theme as well. One of the Alpha Team members, Zed, has the exact same emblem Stone sports, which could very well mean they are one and the same. Who knows? The 4 Juniors figure has evolved in the form of the mini doll figure, and even the Woody figure, which is the exact same scale, and has since returned, being used for the Na'vi in Avatar sets.
He just put it in mold.
4 Plus also continues to live on, using the same core concept of bigger pieces, smaller builds, only the sets now feature traditional minifigs. In all honesty, I think Jack Stone should be remembered as something special and unique. In a time where LEGO was constantly using their ingenuity to cater to different demographics, Jack Stone offered young kids a new simpler way to build without getting overwhelmed with lots of small pieces. Jack Stone evolved into something bigger. Very few themes have had the honor of receiving their own film or the extensive amount of merch that Jack Stone had. While there's no new sets being produced, Jack Stone lives on as his brick-built statue still stands at Legoland Gunzburg to this day.